in the front office or in the rotunda area. And also parking, please do avoid drop off and pick up at the main entrance. There is a designated area on both the sides for pickup and drop off, and avoid parking in a handicap or any scholars, resident scholars, or scholars slot. If you have your phone turned on during Salah, we recommend you guys to turn off during Khutbah and Salah. Uh, Inshallah, ISCC Food Bank will be closed this due to bad weather, and there will be, if you have any questions on that, you can check with the front office or with the food bank. ISCC monthly youth qiyam is tonight after Isha with Hafiz Adil Jinnah as a guest speaker. Marifa course, the story of Makkah by Imam Abdurrahman Bashir, will start next Thursday, January 18th, here at ISCC. The Doctor's Coach live at ISCC is the next Friday, Jan 19th, after Isha with Asif Abdul Rashid and Imam Azhar Subeda. This is during the family event too. Registration is also open for soccer camp for boys aged between 9 and 13. There are a few dua requests. Dua for Shifa for Brother Amir Gulam, who is in critical condition in Presby Hospital. And dua for Shifa for Dr. Amir Shakil, who has gone through the bone marrow transplant and is recovering. And dua for Maghfirah for Brother Shaykh Abdul Hassan, who passed away in India. He was the uncle of Brother Abdul Rahman Sheikh. Inna Lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Also, we have a dua request for Shifa for Shamim Siddiqui. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum. One other announcement is after the first Jumu'ah, we had the Janaza Salah. The burial is at 3 p.m. at Farmersville Cemetery. Assalamu alaikum.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله أشهد أن الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن سيدنا وسندنا ومولانا محمدا عبده ورسوله حبيبه وخليله أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون واعتصموا بحبل الله جميعا ولا تفرقوا واذكروا نعمة الله عليكم إذ كنتم أعداء فألف بين قلوبكم فأصبحتم بنعمته إخوانا وكنتم على شفا حفرة من النار فأنقذكم منها كذلك يبين الله لكم آياته لعلكم تهتدون قال الله عز وجل يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا قال الله عز وجل يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما صدق الله مولانا العظيم. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, all praise is due to Allah, the cherisher and the sustainer of the worlds. May choices, salutations, and the blessings be upon mine and your universal Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina wa Mawlana Muhammad wa ala ali Sayyidina wa Mawlana Muhammad wa barik wa sallim wa salli alayhi. I bear witness that there is none worthy of worship beside Allah. He is alone and has no partners. Now I bear witness that Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is his servant and his messenger. My respected brothers and sisters in Islam, since Palestine issue started, our hearts are bleeding, our hearts are beating with those who are oppressed. Those are going through rough and tough time. But at the same time, we admit our incapability, our strength. We do admit our lackings and the shortcomings that we cannot help. Because as a nation, we are not that strong. Our voice is not that powerful. So today's khutbah, I would like to remind myself and for all of us that how we become as a strong nation. The most important thing is we have to be strong as an individual, at personal level. We have to be strong as a family level or community level. Then we will move on further. As an individual, everyone's capacity is not the same. Potential is not the same. Talent is not the same. We have to diagnose our talent, our capacity, our potential. then move on. And when we talk about our family level, as we also understand that our family, in the family level, some of us, we are broken. I just recently visited one of the community in New York, and I was astonished to come to know that there are many broken families. They got married, and within limited time, separation, and now our family is falling apart. So, if we are going through in a family level, then what would we expect? Our mind is not distracted. Our mind will not be stable. We cannot bring a healthy community. We cannot make a healthy community. So I would like to remind myself and for all of us, and especially those who are in the process of getting married, is a reminder for them. And those are already married, and what is the right way to make this our marriage life sustainable and prosperous. Is that both topics are very important in our life. We'll never be able to do justice within limited time. We do need seminars, we need further classes, because this is a very powerful institution in our life. First of all, those are in the process of getting married. As we know that to get married is a religious obligation, a moral safeguard, as well as social necessity. A religious obligation because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commands in the Quran. In Surah An-Nur, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, "A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. وَأَنْكِحُوا الْأَيَامَ مِنْكُمْ وَالصَّالِحِينَ مِنْ عِبَادِكُمْ وَإِمَائِكُمْ إِنْ يَكُونُوا فُقَرَاءَ يُغْنِكُمُ اللَّهُ مِنْ فَضْلِهِ وَاللَّهُ وَاسِعٌ عَلِيمٌ." وَأَنْكِحُوا الْأَيَامَ مِنْكُمْ. Get married, all those who are singles. إِنْ يَكُونُوا فُقَرَاءَ يُغْنِكُمُ اللَّهُ مِنْ فَضْلِهِ. If you are less fortunate, you are struggling in your life, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make you ghani. If you are faqir, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will satisfy your needs with His grace. So the commandments of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. A hadith that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam highly encouraged, that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, "An-nikahu min sunnati." As we always hear, the part of khutbah of nikah. To get married is one of my tradition. فَمَنْ رَغِبَ عَنْ سُنَّتِي فَهُوَ لَيْسَ مِنِّي. The one who turns away from this sunnah, from my tradition, he is not from me. So from Quran, from the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it indicates that this is a religious obligation, a moral safeguard, because of after getting married, a person can preserve his or her chastity. The modesty is preserved. A person becomes responsible. And then again, it's a social necessity, because through marriages, families are established. And the family make the society. So my respected brothers and sisters in Islam, as how it says, no life without wife. Similarly for the spouses, for the wife as well, they need life partner. So one hand is very important. And sometimes becomes a farad even. When a person who can afford it, and at the same time his iman is at risk, his akhlaq is at risk, and he might be, but he is sure that he will indulge in some sort of evil, then for them it becomes a farad. So it's a very strong institution. And also, as an individual, because we are all being a human being, we are exactly looking for a right match, a perfect match. We have to understand that is not necessarily everyone gets a perfect match, because no one is perfect. We have to compromise with certain things. Top priority is deen. This has to be our top priority. When we select our life partner, the first priority, our primary priority has to be the deen. Then comes akhlaq, then comes hasb wa nasab, then comes beauty, and then finally comes wealth. Those who are given this priority of deen, now we understand that those are really careful about their deen. They are not going to ignore their parents' well-wishers, because the top well-wishers cannot be better than your parents. We cannot go against our parents, get involved, get their approval. And the parents, they know their children better than anyone else. Don't make wrong decisions. Don't make decisions in haste. Then you know what happens? If we make wrong decisions, or that we make decisions in haste, then the consequences are there that we have observed. Now the Muslim community, every day we hear the cases, every day, almost every day, not more, multiple cases, that what is happening with the brothers, what is happening with the sisters. And young couples, they have no patience. They make wrong decisions or the haste decisions, then within few weeks, within few years, maybe within few months, then again they think, we cannot live together. So this is a reminder for myself, for all of you brothers and sisters in Islam. So first one is highly encouraged, highly recommended, is religious obligation to get married. And most important thing is that how can we make this sacred relation sustainable? You might have heard this khutbah all the time. These 3 ayats are recited in khutbah, and in khutbatul nikah as well. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu taqullaha haqqa tuqatih wa la tamutunna illa wa antum muslimun. Ya ayyuhan nasu ttaqu rabbakum alladhi khalaqakum min nafsin wahida. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu taqullaha wa qulu qawlan sadida. What do we understand from this khutbah? Although this is event that people are getting married, are happy occasions, are joyful occasions, and in this khutbah was supposed to be related a ruling of marriage, ruling of nikah, but the theme is Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu taqullah, ittaqullah, ittaqullah, ittaqullah. What is a reminder? The reminder is, even in that occasion, keep in your mind, ittaqullah, fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, be God conscious. This consciousness, if you have in your mind, you are all set. The first thing is taqwa. That will make your life successful and sustainable. And we understand what taqwa is all about. Just guess what? We are all driving. And during the day, we follow traffic rules. We stop on stop sign, red lights, because the cars are coming. And we understand we might get ticket if we break these rules. But at night, the middle of the night, when you see around, there are no cars, there are no traffic. There's stop sign, but you're still stopping there. There's red light, you're still stopping on red light. No cars are coming. What makes you stop there? Is consciousness. When we are in the public, we can pretend I'm a good person, but when you are in private life, with your life partner, how you react, how you behave. That's most important. So consciousness. If we have this consciousness, that you will be all set in your life. This is the first thing. And the second is mercy. We must have a mercy in our hearts. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, Surah Al-Rum, وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ أَنْ خَلَقَ لَكُم مِّنْ أَنفُسِكُمْ أَزْوَاجًا لِتَسْكُنُوا إِلَيْهَا وَجَعَلَ بَيْنَكُم مَّوَدَّةً وَرَحْمَةً إِنَّ فِي ذَلِكَ لَآيَاتٍ لِقَوْمٍ يَتَفَكَّرُونَ. And of His sign is that He created spouses for you from among yourselves, so that you may get comfort, you may get peace of mind, tranquility. Then He put affection and the love and the mercy in your heart. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put affection, love, mawadda and rahmah. It has to be merciful love, mercy. If we take out the mercy from your hearts, then we are going to face challenges. So if you have a mercy in your heart and you have ihsan in your heart, ihsan, do more, expect less. If we have this attitude, your married life will be successful. Taqwa, mercy, and the third thing is always think positive. We understand that everyone have a lacking or shortcomings. And if we are always after negative things, you might be disappointed, you will be disappointed. Because you are always after negative things. Just see, there are some positive. It reminds me one of the articles that long time ago, that there was a person from New York and his daughter got married to one of the army officer, and he was posted in Arizona and some other places. And when wife stayed with with her husband, and because of storm, because of sandstorm and extremely scorching heat and not understanding the language, she wrote letter to her father. And back then, when social media was not that advanced, but now communication is unbelievable. They used to write letters. She wrote letter to her father that I cannot live with him anymore because these are the situations that I'm going through. So in her reply, making the short, in her reply, that he wrote one sentence. He said, two people looked out from the prison bar. One saw the mud, other saw the star. That was his reply. That when two people looked out from a prison bar, one saw the mud, other saw the star, what it means. As you are looking at the negativities, minor things, why don't you explore something which is bigger than that? Then she start exploring what are the benefits to live there. What are the good things that we are here. And she has explored so many things, even after retirement, they wanted to live there. What it means, if we are looking at any minor things, there are many positive things. Maybe one thing that you dislike, but there are a bunch of things you might like it. Look positively in your spouses. That becomes, this relation becomes healthy. And also, my brothers and sisters in Islam, must not expect wrong expectations or high expectations. If you have a wrong expectations or a high expectations, you will be always disappointed. Do more, expect less. If we have this attitude, then believe me, our married life will be smooth and healthy. My brothers and sisters in Islam, so many things are going on. This is a very sacred relation. The first relation was ever established. That was between husband and wife. Ya ayyuhan-nasu taqu rabbakum alladhi khalaqakum min nafsin wahida wa khalaqa minha zawjaha. O mankind, be dutiful to your Lord. Have a consciousness of your Lord, who created you from single person Adam, and from him his wife, and then from both of them many men and women. When Adam was created, and he was asked, now wa qulna ya Adam uskun anta wa zawjukal jannah. You and your wife live in Jannah. So Jannah was not joyful without life partner for Adam alayhi salatu wasalam. So this is the first relation was ever established before any other relation. Parents, children, brothers, sisters, uncles, aunties, they were later on. So it's a very sacred relation. And also is a very sacred contract. So we have to preserve. We have to preserve this sacred relation. This is not from Quran, not from Hadith, but this is really something have shared this very important, very, very profound statement. Like husbands or the wives, they love their husbands, to be like an angel. This is just expression. This is a statement. They want their husbands to be like an angel. But at the same time, they are asked, Don't make your house like a hell. If you are expecting that your husband must be like an angel does not live into the hell. Make your house paradise. Make your house paradise, like heaven, where angels can live. But similarly, the husbands, they love their wives to be like a whore. But make sure also you have to be pious. Because the shayateens and the shaitan, they don't get whores. Don't act like a shaitan. If you act like a shaitan and expecting your wives have to be pious, loyal to you, but you are acting like a shayateens, it's not going to work. And you make your houses like a hell, and you're expecting your husbands have to be like angels, it's not going to work. It's mutual understanding, mutual love, mutual respect. It have to be kindness, caring and sharing. This relation builds on the kindness, a caring and a sharing. And we are also asked to forget and forgive. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, that your spouses and your children are enemies to you. What it means that your children and your spouses are enemies to you, it is not literally they are enemies, they are going to harm you. Yeah, it happens, it's exceptional. We have heard many stories that a husband killed his wife or a wife killed her husband. Yeah, this happens. But in general concept, it does not mean they are going to harm you. It means that you are not going to be able to fulfill their rights. And if you're not going to fulfill your rights, so their rights, they're going to be against you. So it becomes your enemies. Don't make your children and your spouses enemies towards you. That's our responsibilities. And the final thing, my brothers and sisters in Islam, we have seen many children from broken families. Broken families. They are really suffering. They are, I have met many individuals. They are really, they are not in good shape. Some of them, they are addicted, with the drugs. They are not good, successful in their life. They are confused. They are living confused in life. So, for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, just for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for the sake of your children, for the sake of your family, for the sake of your relation, revisit. If we have any minor issues or negligible matters, keep them aside. Revisit, reconcile. And this is a last option to be separated or to get divorced. It's a last option. And also we must know the rulings of divorce. Many of us, we don't know, and we are in haste, we are angry, we say words, then after we're shopping around the fatwas. This is also incumbent. We must know the basic rulings. We must know the etiquettes. If in case of a worse scenario, there is no options, we cannot reconcile, we cannot live together, your iman may be at risk, your akhlaq is at risk, you have no option at all, then might be, it's not prohibited. Many Sahaba, they had a divorce. Many Sulaha, they had a divorce. But it's a worse scenario. But the top one is for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. For the sake of your community, for the sake of your children, for the sake of your family, we have to revisit, recheck if anything is going on. We need a counseling. Even sometimes the counselors, they need a counseling. Psychiatrists, they need a counseling. Psychologists, they need counseling. Even imams and the shayukh, they need counseling. Counseling is not prohibited. Sit down with your well-wisher. Talk to them. Share with your problems and difficulties. Listen from them. Get some tips. Resolve. So if we are strong as an individual, if we are strong as a community, as a family level, at the community level, and national level, then international level, then we will say that we are a strong nation and the people will hear from us. They will be able to pay attention whatever we say. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala preserve our iman. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy for us and all those brothers, sisters, those who are oppressed. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala preserve them from further distraction. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy for everyone. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المؤمنين والمؤمنات إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن سيدنا وسندنا ومولانا محمدا عبده ورسوله حبيبه وخليله أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا ومولانا محمد بعدد من صلى وصام اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد بعدد من قاد وقام وصل على جميع الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى كل ملائكتك المقربين وعلى عباد الله الصالحين ولا تجعل في قلوبنا غلا للذين آمنوا ربنا إنك رؤوف رحيم اللهم أيد الإسلام والمسلمين اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين اللهم انصر المسلمين في كل مكان اللهم انصر من نصر دين محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم واجعلنا منهم اللهم اخذل من خذل دين محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم ولا تجعلنا منهم اللهم انصر المسلمين في فلسطين اللهم انصر المسلمين في فلسطين اللهم انصر المسلمين في فلسطين وفي كل مكان اللهم ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا يا مولانا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم اذكروا الله يذكركم وله يستجيب لكم ولذكر الله أكبر أقم الصلاة.
الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم استووا صفوفكم رحمكم الله تعالى. Sit on your rows, fill up the gaps. Please come shoulder to shoulder. Jazakallahu khair. Bismillah. Allahu Akbar. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون واعتصموا بحبل الله جميعا ولا تفرقوا واذكروا نعمة الله عليكم إذ كنتم أعداء فألف بين قلوبكم فأصبحتم بنعمته إخوانا وكنتم على شفا حفرة من النار فأنقذكم منها كذلك يبين الله لكم آياته لعلكم تهتدون ولتكن منكم أمة يدعون إلى الخير ويأمرون بالمعروف وينهون عن المنكر وأولئك هم المفلحون. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. إنا عرضنا الأمانة على السماوات والأرض والجبال فأبين أن يحملنها وأشفقن منها وحملها الإنسان إنه كان ظلوما جهولا. ليعذب الله المنافقين والمنافقات والمشركين والمشركات ويتوب الله على المؤمنين والمؤمنات وكان الله غفورا رحيما. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. الله أكبر. رب اغفر وارحم وأنت خير الراحمين. استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله. لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك وله الحمد يحيي كل شيء قدير. اللهم أنت السلام ومنك السلام تبارك ربنا وتعالى يا ذا الجلال والإكرام. اللهم أعنا على تلاوة القرآن وذكرك وشكرك وحسن عبادتك.